Hello guys, this is Lucas, your Kartra coach. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to build your pages in Kartra. Remember, we are following the PPMS method, and in this video we are covering the first P, which is pages, of course, you may have already realized. So let's check what's today's agenda. So first we're gonna build the 6 pages. We're gonna do a quick recap of what we have to build. Then we are going to apply the reverse engineering logic for these pages, and then we will hop into Kartra, which I'm sure that's the reason why you are here. So let's start. The 6 pages. Okay, you might remember from the previous video that the first page is the opt-in page. In this page, our leads, of course, see our offer, and they want to get our freebie, so they gave us their details, mostly their name and their email. After they submit their information, they will be led to an opt-in confirmation, which will contain a downloadable PDF. That will subscribe them to a sequence of email, which of course I'm not going to show you in this video because we are in the P, and the email will correspond to the S of the PPMS method, which are the sequences. That sequence is going to have a link to the core sales page, in which we are going to present an offer to them, a big call to action: order now, buy now, grant access now, whatever, and that will lead them to a checkout page, which of course gonna have a checkout form, some testimonials, a big title, probably a phone number to call if you have any doubts. After Kartra and the payment gateway confirm that the credit card is valid and the order is processed successfully, they will get to an upsell page in which they will be presented with a second offer, which in this case is the 2-week premium. So they will have their choice of either accepting the offer or not, and if they accept it or not, they will either way land into a thank you or confirmation page that will tell them that the order was processed successfully. So now reverse engineering, what's that? Okay, reverse engineering means focus on the goal first. In this case is to make the sell, to sell the 2-week, the 6-week program and the 2 weeks premium, of course, ideally. But when you're thinking reverse engineering, you start from the last page and you end in the first page. So in this case, we will start from the thank you page and we will go all the way down to the opt-in page. So that leads us to consider the order of creation of the page. The first page we're going to create is the order confirmation page. Then we're going to build the upsell page. Third place, we're going to build the checkout page. Fourth place, we're going to build the sales page. Then the opt-in confirmation page, which of course will contain the PDF download. And finally, the opt-in page. Okay, so right now we are on Kartra, and in order for us to create a page, we need to go to My Pages section and hit this green big button that says plus and page. This is the Create New Page button. You hit it, and a pop-up window will emerge. Of course, as you see here in the in the left panel, you will see that says blank canvas, and then you have categories for all the other kind of pages we would like to build. Of course, Kartra is intended for building sales funnel, so that's why you have pre-built template for each category of page you might want to create. So for our 6 pages, I'm gonna create the first 5, that is from the thank you confirmation, the order confirmation page, all the way to the PDF download. I mean, if you need to check these first 5 pages, I'm gonna create them quickly using templates. For the sake of making the video practical, I'm not gonna delve into details about how you edit them and how to create beautiful and aesthetic pages. I will leave that up to you. I'm gonna show you how you actually create. So the first page I want to create is the thank you page. So I hit here, and right at the right, I will see different templates available to pick. I have one in mind that I'm gonna use for this specific page, and it's this one. I hit select and then launch builder. I have to enter the page name, in this case is order confirmation. Select category, I'm gonna choose no category in particular, and I hit create. This will launch the page builder. So as I said before, I'm not gonna waste time by editing the text or the aesthetics or changing the colors. I'm gonna just hit publish without making any additions, so that I can show you how you actually create a page and how you actually publish it. So once you are satisfied with the result of the page, you go to this top right bottom that says actions and you hit publish live. When you hit publish live, you will see a window over here that will say either get page link or get page code in case you want to embed on your WordPress site. In this case, I'm gonna click get page link and I'm gonna hit this pencil over here and I'm gonna choose my domain. In this case is lucasalamo.com. I will say the page name is order confirm. Then you hit the tick button, you don't click close, if not this won't be saved. And once you have it saved, you simply check if it's working properly. In this case I have my domain and the page number I have just chosen, and I see the page that I have created very easily is already made available. So I hit close and then return to dashboard. I'm gonna go back to the my pages section. Once you are in my pages section, you start creating all the other pages. In this case, I'm gonna close this. In this case, I have to create the upsell page, the checkout page, the sales page, the opt-in confirmation page. So I'm gonna follow the exact same logic. I will create a new page. I will pick a template from the categories that are already pre-built, and I'm not gonna make any addition. So I will skip this video from this part and we'll go back once I created the 5 pages so that I can start creating the opt-in page from scratch and start reviewing how Kartra pages actually work. Well, now we are back on my pages on Kartra, and as you might have noticed on your screen, I already created the pages leveraging on the power of Kartra template. So as you can see, I created the order and confirmation page, which is what I actually show you, but I then proceed to create all the remaining pages except the opt-in page, the upsell page, the checkout page, the VSL page, which is the sales page, and finally the PDF download. In fact, I have the links on each of these tabs so that you can see that I actually made no addition to them. Like literally, though the bottoms and the links are non-functional. Here you should have a checkout form, which is actually non-functional. It is an image just because there's no product link to it. And the same for the video sales page, which of course have no functional bottom even if I hit open in new tab. And the same for the PDF download, which is this template I chose here. If I hit the bottom, it's non-functional. So right now I'm gonna proceed to create the opt-in page from scratch so that you can see how to do it, and I will also explain how the page panel actually works. But I first wanted to create these pages out of a template so that you can see how the reverse engineering logic works, and you will see that right now. So I hit the green big square button and create a new page from scratch using the blank canvas option over here, which is the default option. I will put here the page name is the opt-in. Okay, we are here now. As you may have noticed, in the left side of the panel, you have all these different elements that we are gonna review right now what it means. The page settings here, you edit SEO parameters, which is the page title, which is actually what is shown here. By default, you will see here the name of that you put to the page title, but you might be as me and want to have a different page title and a different tab title. So whatever you want to be this name, you set it up here. Whatever you put the page name in Kartra is just for your reference. The meta description and meta keywords are ideal if you are seeking to position the page. The page author, you indicate who is the author, and the OG title and the OG description is the title and description that appear when you share this link on social media, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, Facebook, and whatever. You can choose an image by selecting it, uploading it from your computer, and with this toggle you decide if you want it to appear on search engines such as Google or not. Once you're satisfied, you hit apply and you can proceed to the next steps. In tracking code section, you can simply paste your code whether it's a Google tracking code or the Facebook pixel, you simply copy and paste it on the corresponding fields. When you apply tags to your pages, it means that when a lead arrives to that page, it's going to be tagged. You simply select the tag category if you happen to have it, and then you choose the tag, or if you, in your case that you are new, you can hit create new tag and you build it right over here instead of going tag section that we're not going to cover in this video. In this case, I don't want to tag anyone. And the page redirect, if you hit the toggle over here, you might choose to redirect everyone who reaches to this page or certain users only. In this case, it's mostly for leads that have subscribed to a sequence, not subscribed to a sequence, have a particular tag or not subscribed to that tag, etc. In this case, I'm not gonna put any page redirect. Page styles is just if you know CSS. I don't happen to know CSS, I'm gonna skip it. And now we are getting to the interesting part with these sections. And components, because here is how Kartra pages actually work. If you see here the blank canvas, you will find a big dotted square with this pointer arrow and says drag and drop a section here. So intuitively, you know that you have to click over here and drag something over the blank canvas. And by the way, this is the drag and drop function, that you simply choose an element, you click it, you drag it, and you actually drop it. So let me explain what a section and what a component is. The pages here on Kartra I divided into sections, which are like big boxes, big containing boxes. These sections, when you drop them, will request you to drop a column, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to drag and drop the option and an empty block over the blank canvas. And right after you embed it, you drag and drop it, it says drag and drop a column. So it's requesting you to put a column, not as another section. So a column is a special component that is meant to contain all the different components that are actually headlines, text, bottoms, accordion, images, videos, icons, lists, countdowns, those kinds of elements that actually compose a page. So the logic is quite simple. A page is divided into sections. Sections contain columns, and columns contain all the rest of the elements. Look, if I choose text, for instance, and I click it, drag it and drop it, I won't be able to drag it and drop it because it's not a column. So I have to choose a column. In this case, I have different types of columns. I have like individual columns of different widths, and columns that are divided in two or in two, like in these cases, these are evenly divided or evenly distributed. In this case, it's pretty evident what you see. It is 33, 66%. In this case, I'm gonna be pretty orthodox, and I'm gonna choose the full width option. And now that I drag and drop, it says drag and drop a component. So whatever component I wanna drag and drop over here, it will accept it. So the text that I couldn't previously drag and drop into the canvas, now I'm able to actually drag and drop it, because the column is a container of components, of all the other components. So I cannot put text over a section if I don't have previously drag and drop a column. So in this case, I simply drag and drop the text, and I can edit by hitting the T over here, which stands for text. I simply type text description, and I can choose, sorry, this was Spanish. I'm Argentinian, by the way. And I can choose to the alignment of the text, the color, the font letter, the font color, the size over here. In Kartra, you don't find numbers like you will find a GDocs document or a Word document. You have these preset letters, the font sizes, and you have to choose between them. Here you choose the font type and so forth. Now, when you wanna see what a section, where the section is, you simply hit the toggle over here. If you switch it off, it's just simply this dotted line will disappear. When you hit it on, they will appear, and you find a gear that actually shows you the section. In this case it's section 1 because it's the only section I have added to the canvas, and it's the first. If I want to clone it, move it, or edit it, I simply need to press this red gear that is invisible, but once I hover over the center of the section at the rightmost corner of the canvas, I have the gear becomes available. I simply hit it, and then I can delete it or edit. In this case I'm gonna delete it because I wanna use the pre-built sections. Remember that the sections are blocks that compose the different parts of a page. So Kartra already offers you some templates, like with the pages. So I'm gonna leverage on that power so that you can actually see how to build your pages. In this case, I'm gonna use the opt-in forms because I want this to be the squeeze page. So I'm gonna pick from those templates over here a section that a pre-built section that I really like, and I have one in mind because I know them. I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna scroll this one. I simply click, drag and drop, and now I have my page almost built because all I need is a title, a video. I'm gonna have a small video over here, and some text, and actually the opt-in form. See how it's already placed for you. So suppose I want to change this icon or delete it. I simply hit the pencil over here. That will make this window to merge, sorry. And by clicking select icon, I choose whatever. Suppose I want to choose this icon. Then I can change the color by simply choosing choosing from this square with many colors, the color code, or by simply pasting the color code if I happen to know it. I can change the size of the icon by simply choosing different options: small, medium, large. In this case I want to be giant. I can also include a link if I want it, but in this case I simply just want to show you how you can edit stuff, different components. These are components, of course. This is a pre-built section, so you don't actually have to make many additions. In this case I don't want to have the icon. I simply want to have a nice title, so I'm gonna edit. This is a nice and converting title. I have the video over here. This is a description text. I'm gonna edit. And now I have the form. If I hit edit, it will request me to select an opt-in form, but I haven't created any form because I'm starting from scratch. So in this case, I'm gonna use this create new opt-in form option. Here you will find a pop-up window that will tell you that this is only a placeholder for the time being. So it means that you can select the name and you can start editing the form in the page, but you will actually need to configure the page, the form in my form, and that is what I'm gonna do right after creating this. So in this case I'm gonna put opt-in form for the title. I hit create, and now I can proceed to edit once I hit apply the form, which is basically choosing the style. Within the style I define how far or how close I want it from the previous component. In this case is this text. In fields I choose whether I want the field to be large, medium, small, or giant. And in bottom I can define whether the text is gonna be, in this case I want it to be submit info now, and I simply hit apply, and there you go. You have the form, which is edited for the page, but it's not yet configured. We need to configure it, and I have to do it right now, because if I publish this page right now, you will notice what I mean. In this case, this is the opt-in page. I'm gonna edit as I show you. I pick my domain, opt-in. This will be the opt-in page. Hit save. And when I go to this website, yes, this URL, sorry, and I wanna submit my information, there will be an error here because the opt-in form is not configured, so we have to do it right away. I'm going to hit close, publish live, and go to my forms. So now I go to my forms simply by clicking my forms, and I see the form I have just created, the opt-in form for the funnel. Sets configuration incomplete, of course, because I didn't create it at first. So I hit edit, and once I hit edit again, I go to the form configuration. You will see these different stages which are very typical of Kartra, and also Webinar Jam and EverWebinar if you happen to use those tools. In the first stage, which is form fields, I choose which fields I want to include. In this case, it's just the first name and the email address. I don't need anything else, so I will hit simply save. In confirmation, I can choose whether I want a single opt-in, like once they submit their information, they're okay, or if I want them to double check the email address by having to click a confirmation link. By default, I like the single opt-in option, so I'm not gonna go with the other choice. And the success page is whether where you wanna lead your leads actually when they completed the form. In this case, I want them to be led to the PDF download page. In this case, is the opt-in confirmation page or the PDF download page. Of course, PDF download. I hit save and next. Welcome. Here I can set a welcome message, which is an email. In this case, I don't want to set any because I'm going to create a sequence for those people who are opting in. Assign a tag. I don't want to assign any tag. I don't want to subscribe them to any list. I would like to subscribe them to a sequence, but I haven't created the sequence yet, so this step is meaningless. And also, and this is something that we are going to cover in the sequence video, you can set the sequence to trigger after certain action, so it's actually redundant because I can put that the trigger is lead fill this form, so the emails are automatically sent after the opt-in form is filled, so I don't need to actually configure anything else over here, nor include advanced automations. In this case, I'm gonna include, I wanna display this form in a Kartra page, so I'm gonna choose this option, and I'm gonna hit finish. So right now I have the form configured properly, so I can refresh this page and try to opt in again and see if it worked. So the page is refreshed, and I'm gonna put Lucas, and my email is already pre-filled. I put submit info now, and voila, I'm getting to the page correctly. I'm no longer receiving that error message because now the form is actually included properly. So our lead will complete our form, and they will be led to this page. Of course, I haven't made any addition to any of these pages that are the pages of our funnel because I simply limit myself to create the template and just leave it there and not make any addition. In the next video, when I set the product configuration, I'm gonna go back to the pages and actually do some stuff. In this case, I would like them to download the PDF, but it's not a product. And here I could include a Google Drive link or a Dropbox link, or even make them download the file via Kartra. But of course, I should be mindful of it because that will consume bandwidth. So the best option is to use Kartra, but of course you have to keep in mind bandwidth consumption depending on what plan you are on. So I have duplication here. So I'm gonna go back to this. Once I have the product configured properly, I'm gonna go back to these pages and actually link them to the checkout page. In the checkout page, this is an opt-in form. This is a checkout form. It needs to be linked to a product, but in this case, I still have no product and I couldn't link it. So I'm gonna go back in the next video to this page and make the correct linkage. And the same to the upsell page, so that people, when they hit this button, they will get the option of paying for that product in one click. And if they choose the no thanks, I would rather not take the advantage of this page, of this special offer, they will get anyhow to this thank you page. That was all for this video. I hope you like. If you like, hit the like button. Leave me a comment below. I'm reading your comment and I'm also answering to your questions. And stay tuned, because in next video we're gonna create our product, and we're gonna link them to our pages so that we can have a partially functional funnel already working for us. Hope you like, and this was Lucas, your Kartra consultant. Goodbye and see you next time.